Hey everyone, it's Raiden. Welcome back. I hope y'all are doing okay. I'm doing quite all right myself. We are back with another episode of The Sims, and this time it is an actual building video. I'm not going to make any more characters. We're done with that. We have our one, and she is doing just fine when it comes to testing everything. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video that I threw together making her. But other than that, let's go ahead and jump right into this. So right now I'm making the shell of the build. I actually started building the upstairs first instead of the downstairs, which was kind of dumb of me. So I wind up having to kind of trace over it in the second floor and make that happen. But otherwise it came out quite all right in the end. I did have to shift lots with the build and move it to a wider lot because the one that I was on just wasn't cutting it, and you'll see why here shortly. So anyways, overall this is our first Barndominium build. It cost 241,690 simoleons. Very expensive, but it's actually pretty realistic to what the modern day prices are. And I'm actually like looking down to look at the video play over here while I'm talking to you guys. So if you're wondering why I keep looking over there, it's because I'm looking at the build happening. Going in super fast mode. This build has 3 bedrooms, a potential 4 or 5, so there's like a weird bunk room going on, and I don't really know what you're expected to do with that, but I guess if you have your boys over for a bonfire or whatever the is going on, you can have them camp out in that room down there. It does have 3 full baths with 2 Jack and Jill bathrooms, so that's where the 2 rooms enter from either side into like a main room with a sink, or 2 sinks in this case. I made his and hers sinks in almost every daggone bathroom that there is. And then you can go over into the bathroom where the toilet and the bathtub is. Though I really didn't think about it too much. I put nothing but bathtubs into this build, except for one where I had a shower bathtub combo, and I was like, it's so inconvenient for a sim to just take a bath when they could easily take a shower. So whatever, I'm not too worried about it. At the end of the day, you can go in there, download this off the gallery, and change whatever it is that you want to. So overall in this build, it has a 2-car garage, or I mean honestly it could really be however many cars you want, because as you can see right now, there's clearly room for a 3rd door there. I just chose to make it 2-door. Has a laundry room, playroom, 3 bedrooms, plus that weird strange bunk room. I don't know why that was in the plan that I took inspiration from, but it's in there now, so in case your neighbors want to crash at your pad, they can do so downstairs next to the playroom with their Jack and Jill bathroom into another bedroom. Oh my god. It has a great room, which is your kitchen and your living room, dining room. It has a pretty cool pantry where I put in some appliances that we don't otherwise get to use in The Sims, or at least I don't use them, like the ice cream machine, the popcorn maker, that kind of thing. So that's in the furnished part of our pantry. It's pretty fun in there. So maybe your Sims will be getting chonkin' in the kitchen. It does have a flex room, so that could be a bedroom, or you could leave it as an office. And then it does have 2 covered porches. Technically the one that we're putting the driveways in is one, and then the one upstairs where your Sims can eat and do all of that kind of thing. Up front, so I loaded Tessa Tester into the build, and I started messing around, and I realized that you're going to have the bb.move objects on cheat basically put down before you load this lot, because when I loaded in, I realized that some things might have been missing. Now maybe it was because I was getting rushed to complete this build. I had other stuff that I had to do, unfortunately. So it could be that I forgot to put them in, but it could also be that they did get deleted. Another thing that I realized was that some of my packs didn't load in. So I had the bathroom, I have every single pack on The Sims 4, right? I've been buying them since they've come out, since the game came out, because I've been excited about this since day one, right? So I have all the packs. There's no reason why I should be missing any, but the bathroom clutter pack for whatever reason. And I know I was scrolling looking for stuff like kits related when I was filming this, and I'm like, why is it missing? Anyways, it finally downloaded. I've added some bathroom clutter into the bathrooms, so that's what's uploaded on the gallery. So it doesn't all encompass what's here. There's a little bit more to be desired and has been added, so just keep that in mind if you're downloading it off of the gallery. But I upload Tessa into the lot and took a look at a few things. So one was the bills up front. So what are you dealing with living in this place? The Sims cell phone gives you the neat ability to be able to look at what your bills look like, right? I think it came with maybe eco living. And this build does, while it does have solar panels, boy, the land tax, the property tax you have to pay with this gargantuan Barndominium, even on this little, like, what is it, like 40 by 30 lot or whatever. It's egregious. Like, I would not be able to afford to live here on a good day with a good job. You have to be, I don't know what you have to be. You have to have like a 4-income household to just afford the property tax. But anyways, as unrealistic as it is, it's negative $26,998 all in total. That's the lot tax breaks and penalties overall. And then your power starts out at negative 5.94. I don't really understand eco living to its entirety. I played it a little bit when it came out, right? And mostly the thing I was looking forward to was the ability to have a pretty neat garden. So I wasn't interested in the neighborhood activism. What is it? Activism? Yeah, right? And voting on things. No, thank you. But it was neat to play while it existed. So, like I said previously, if you're downloading this off of the gallery to prevent anything from missing, I guess, or disappearing, load it in with the bb.move objects. That's what I built it with, so I presume there are some things that could come up missing if you do not. It's not built with any specific pack, right? It's not base game only. This is, I had everything at my disposal, and boy was I using it. When you go on the gallery and you scroll through and it's like, what packs did you use whenever you were putting this together? Boy, I was using all of them, just so you know. Unfortunately, if you are missing any of those packs, you may be missing those items, so it's not very inclusive to people who might only own the base game. I think it's free now, right? And they commonly do some sales and stuff like that, so whatever you have, if you're limited, unfortunately it's not conducive to that. I'm sorry, apologize ahead of time. I was just excited to get in there and build something for the first time in ages. I'm sure, like, my last build video, I think was like 6 or 7 years ago, so that's kind of what we're rocking with. So the landscaping, listen, I went back and I was looking at all this and I got this, I don't know, what do you call it? Everything has to be matchy-matchy and be the same on both sides. So when I was putting this build together, I realized that I've got the same tree on both sides. Like, maybe not the same amount of rocks, but the same concept of rocks on both sides, the same amount of flowers. Going up and down the driveway and that kind of thing. So it's very symmetrical. That's the word I was looking for. It's very symmetrical. I didn't bother anything with the side yards or anything like that, though I did chuck a camper in a little later. You can see I'm putting in the cars now. Dealing with that garage. Boy, it was hard to put together. And then I realized I didn't put any windows in the build, so because this is my first time building in a while, I was flipping back and forth between like the construction aspect and the decorating aspect quite a bit. Like, God, how did I forget to put that in? Oh well. So it's kind of a little back and forth you'll see me do throughout this build. I realized after having uploaded this to the gallery for the first time and 4 people had downloaded it, go me, right? Like, go figure. I realized that there wasn't a garage door on the inside. When I was taking screenshots, I was like, you have got to be kidding me right now. So I had to put garage doors on the inside because it's not technically a garage door. It's just a mural. Like, it's an art thing, like an art activity. It doesn't go on both sides of the wall, so you have to basically be thoughtful of continuity if you want it to really be a garage, and I guess put the garage situation on the other side of the wall. So I went back and I fixed that, so you can see that that's updated in the screenshots. And I also had the worst time finding cars, let me tell you. So I even forget where they're located now, so I can't even tell you that. But what I can say is that, like, there's only a few toy cars for kids, right? And I think the rest of them are under, like, some sort of decoration panel. I can't remember where I found that truck. I think I literally typed in car because I was so sick of looking just to find a freaking car. Like, you have got to be kidding me. How is there only the little red sports car, the little roadster in the garage there that I had originally was the only child toy car? And I had a fear that, like, one of the adults would go downstairs and pick it up and try to put it in a toy box or something because the playroom was right there. So I swapped them out for whatever those cars were when I found them. So, man, it's real irritating. If you don't play this game, you forget where stuff is at so quickly. I had turned debug on in order to try to find a car because I read on Google that you could find a, you know, out in the world car and debug. But turns out I just turned debug on and then I couldn't get it to turn off. And I'm like, oh my god, I'm panicking. But I dealt with it. We got through it. So the build is there, and we didn't use a boatload of debug items, I think, so we are good to go. Also, there is technically no front door, so I kind of muffed up this one. On the bottom floor where the garage doors are would have been really convenient for me to place a door there, and I didn't realize it until I had Tessa walk inside and go down into the bathroom downstairs and use the bathroom down there and take a bath. She had to go she was outside, she walked up the ladder that's out there, into the house, all the way in downstairs and into that bathroom. So it's wildly inconvenient. I did not add one after the fact before I uploaded it, or re-uploaded it to the gallery rather, because I have deleted it and re-uploaded it several times today, I'm not gonna lie. So if you want a front door, you're gonna have to add one, unfortunately. So at least at that ground level. Like I said, when I loaded it in, I realized that some stuff had been missing, and so in the bathroom upstairs, the mirror was gone. The clutter that was on the counter was gone. There was a lot of things missing, so I went back in post and added a bunch of things, especially like laundry baskets. So realized when Tessa was taking a bath and when she got out, her clothes were just on the floor. So I'd added laundry baskets into every single room that I could think of, right? Bedroom, bathroom, wherever they would be changing clothes. And I think that if they change clothes in another room, but they're at least near a laundry basket, it'll probably like morph through the wall. I'm not sure. I feel like I've seen that happen, but I can't be certain. So I've added laundry baskets in. And really, that's it for going over this build. I'm excited about how it turned out. The laundry room here is pretty neat, just very cluttery. I don't know how I feel about that kind of stuff. I'm a real cut and dry kind of person, so it can be hard for me to put in clutter. And then also, there's that little two-way window, or one-way window rather, so it's mirrored on one side, so you can sneak a peek into that kid's room and make sure your kids aren't messing off while you're doing laundry. So gotta keep an eye on the kids. They be getting into stuff. So if you are not familiar with Barndominiums, let me educate you real quick. So per bobvila.com, listen, I did my research today to bring you this info, okay? In 1989, Carl Nilsson, a real estate developer, coined the term Barndominium. I didn't even know that, okay? Maybe, I hope Bob Vila ain't lying to me. I don't think he would. He's a pretty reputable individual. But yeah, 1989, boy. Barndominiums initially described properties that offered a house or lot in conjunction with horseboarding facilities. Neato. Another fun fact that I didn't know, because we're more used to seeing these days barndominiums that are typically pre-made pole barn houses that are converted into livable spaces, right? Or old barns that are retrofitted for people to live in. That's what we're used to seeing. I don't know what their other definition technically looks like, and I didn't bother to look it up, so unfortunately, we're gonna stay clueless. But you can find that information out on bobvila.com, and if you want to check out barndominiums or what have you, I'll link that in the description as a reference. And I'm gonna leave you with one more little story before I probably take off here and let you enjoy the rest of your build. So, the comments were raging. As small as they were yesterday, they were on fire. So, oh my god, I had said something in that video where I was like, you know, I usually make my boyfriend or fiance and then, you know, make them have babies and that kind of thing, right? And so my fiance commented on the video and was like, oh, your boyfriend or fiance, huh? And I'm like, well, I really don't know what comes next, you know, joking around, trying to be silly. And so my friend Raven pops in, which anybody over here from Twitch might commonly know. He's my counterpart who I play video games with on the stream. He popped in and he was like, a wife? Which reminded me of this story. So in this case, obviously I would be becoming the wife, but I kind of took it as I would be getting a wife, you know? So it was kind of just a little joking, little playful thing, right? So it reminded me of, I went to my girlfriend's house this past week in Indianapolis, and she was making some pretty awesome food. We were hanging out, going out and doing stuff, and it was fantastic. And she was making shepherd's pie one night, and she was like, you're going to love this so much that you're gonna give me that ring. And I was like, wait a minute, is that how lesbians get into a relationship, get engaged? They get a guy who is naive and willing to propose to them, and then they take the ring and give it away to their lesbian lover, and then that's how lesbian marriages are born. I don't know, it was so silly, and forgive me if I sound dumb, but it was hilarious at the time, not gonna lie. Pretty funny in the moment, rather. So that actually reminded me of that situation last week. And here is our fantastic bunk room, by the way. Trying to sort out the closet situation, not exactly going over well. So this is a hallway closet. So you get to walk in from nowhere because there is no front door, and you get to put your stuff in the hallway closet downstairs. You get to walk in from upstairs and put your stuff in the hallway closet downstairs. That's right, you heard it here, folks. Just kidding, I am actually not going to let you watch the rest of the build all by yourself because I have some fantastic news today. I just heard back from one of the recruiters that I've been working with for one of these IT management jobs that I've been diligently applying for, right? And I have 2.5 hours of very rigorous interviews coming up. So I'm extremely excited for this new opportunity. Hopes and prayers for me that I finally get a job. Like, I did mention in my last video that I lost my job a month ago. Actually, tomorrow will mark approximately 1 month. Unfortunately, I was laid off. It wasn't anything allegedly bad, though I have stories and I have ideas. I'm not going to spread that kind of propaganda online, at least not right now when I'm trying to get started. So, or at least restarted for that matter, for the bazillionth time. I don't want to bring you into that kind of drama yet. So I do have a interview coming up very soon where I'll get to hopefully showcase my skills and get this job. I am ready to work. When I tell you I am constantly antsy, I do not know what to do with my life. Like, the world doesn't move fast enough for me. I'm sitting here and I'm like, I need a job right now. But I like the whole world is standing still until I get a job. It's so crazy, like how you internalize. I guess like for me it's trauma. This feels bad to me, like it sucks. I've never been laid off from a job, and I think that I'm lucky for that. But yeah, so here we are, just making some YouTube videos and making it along just to find out we've got some interviews coming up. So heck yeah, go me. I would consider that a win. So that's some good news that I had to share with you guys. Anyways, I'm gonna let you watch the rest of the build. I will come back right before the end of the slideshow to say goodbye. Probably not sing that song, even though it came right to my head. What was it, like Bear in the Big Blue House or something? Goodbye, Auf Wiedersehen, or whatever. I don't remember. I'm done here. Watch the rest of the video. All right, guys, that is the end. I hope you've enjoyed this speed build and all of my manic ramblings. If you enjoyed it, drop the like, give us a follow, all of that other jazz that people tend to say in their videos. It's obligatory, right? And hope you have a good morning, afternoon, or evening wherever you are, and we will see you. Okay, bye. Okay, love you, bye.